Welcome to How to Start a Website 2.0. You can find the blog article that goes with this session at howtostartawebsite2.com/free themes. Alrighty, so hopefully by now you have created some pages, even if they're just temporary pages that we'll delete later. But if you're going through these videos in sequence, you should have some pages created. If you go over to the blog, you should have some blog articles created. Hopefully, well, I guess depending on what you plan to do, if you plan to have your home page as a static page, you have already set that up as well. So in this video, we are finally going to lose this horrible, ugly orange. Okay, maybe some people like it, I don't. So it's time to choose a theme and start making our site look the way we want it to look. Now, in this particular session, we're going to stick with the free themes that are available to us within our WordPress dashboard. So let's go on over and I'll show you how to get to that and we can start playing. So if you come up here in the corner, if you're already logged in, you'll be able to select your dashboard. And then coming down the left-hand side underneath dashboard, we're going to go to appearance and then click on themes. So 2013, as of the time of this recording, is the default theme that gets installed when you first install WordPress. The only other theme that is preloaded is 2012. If we want to take a look at what other themes are available, you will come over here to this tab and click on Install Themes. Now you have oodles of options that you can check in order to filter your search. You can choose by color, you can choose by the number of columns you would like your website to have. Maybe you want them to have a fixed width, maybe you want to be able to adjust the width. There's other features that maybe you want to be able to customize colors or do a custom header, a custom menu. Maybe you want to be able to do a sticky post or have, I don't know any themes that don't do featured images anymore, but that's something that you could select as well. Or maybe you want to set up something temporary for a specific holiday or seasonal, and they have themes that are specifically for photo blogging. So just to test this out a little bit, I'm going to say I want a blue theme with 3 columns and I want to be able to do custom headers. So let's see what that gives us. I'm going to come down and click on Find Themes. So as you can see, I mean, just with those few choices, you have a wide variety of themes that you can look through and test out their functionality and see if they have features that you like. So this is basically what I was saying about viewing the demonstration theme. The way you see these front pages is not how the theme's going to look when we first install it. I mean, we have to manipulate the theme and do settings and place our content within the settings to actually make our website look like any one of these demonstrations. And that's basically why I said, get some content created first so that when we get to this part, we have something that we can maneuver and play around with. Now, the theme I want to install is actually here on this list. It is called Graphene. If it did not come up for whatever selections that you chose, you can always come back to search and you could type Graphene right in this box and do a search, and then it would be the only thing that would come up. You can also do searches by, WordPress has a select few that they've featured, and you can search by the newest added themes. or you can do themes that have been recently updated, meaning that they made some changes to their coding, either to make improvements or maybe they needed to do something to respond to changes that WordPress made. They need to bring their theme into alignment with that. But let's go back to graphene. Now, it's been a little over a year since I've used free themes. I've been using the Genesis child themes and framework. So it's been a while since I've used any of these, but the last free theme that I used before I switched over was graphene. It has a lot of things that you can change and customize and really tailor the website to look different from anybody else who's using this particular theme. And that's kind of the drawback of going with free themes that don't have a lot of custom changes that you can make. Your site ends up looking like everybody else essentially who is using that theme. So it's kind of hard to, keep a distinctive look. But with this theme, there's a lot of changes as far as any of this coloring, the background, your header images. There's so many things that you can change that you're not going to look just like everybody else, and that's why I liked it. So what we're going to do is we're going to come down here, we're going to click on Install Now. Now, if this was not the theme that you're going to go with, maybe you're kind of looking through them and just wanting to get a feel for what the different themes are like, you can do a live preview prior to activating it. That way you're not making any changes to the front end of your site until you come in, you've chosen one, and you click activate. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to activate this theme because I know it's the one we want. All right, so now you see 2013 bumped down as an available theme. And if we no longer wanted it available, we could just delete it. Same with the 2012. And then the only thing that would be here would be the graphene. And if you want to see what the site looks like now that we've made this change, just click on Visit Site. And there you go. Okay, so right now in default mode, it has a sticky post in place. And I guess if we had more than one, it would scroll through them. I have a static home page, so now the home page is being displayed below. And comments are turned on for pages, which I don't like, so we're going to go change that. And then over here in the sidebar are widgets that are there by default, but we can go in and we can make all those changes as well. This theme does give you the ability to put in a custom header if you don't like what's available, and we would be able to change this background if you don't like this gray. So let's go back over to the dashboard and let's start going through some of this this theme's settings. Here, the very first tab that's available is Customize, and you can get to that either from here or from over here under the dashboard. You can see Appearance, Themes, Customize. Either one takes you to the same place. Now, usually the one of the first most common questions that I get for customizing a website is, well, how do I get to my site title and my tagline? And that's available right here. If we didn't like this H2SW2, we could change it to something else. We could change our tagline. You guys may be wondering, what happened to how to start a website 2.0. Because I did say that we were going to be building the site together step by step, and I had to deviate from that path. It was taking just a little bit too long, and I was starting to drown in content that I had ready to go. So I did take a week to fully build out the front end of the site, and I set up this site as a subfolder just for demonstration purposes. I found myself being so anxious to get the site further along that I was starting to rush these videos, and I felt it really lowered the quality of what I was presenting to you, and that just was not good, because this is all about you. I mean, I know how to do this stuff. You need to know how to do this stuff, and if I'm just rushing through it just because I want to get done, it doesn't help you and it doesn't serve you, and that was starting to bother me. So I was like, okay, enough's enough. Just spend a week, go build out the front end of the site, and I'll do everything from this demonstration site now, so that I can take my time and serve you the way you deserve to be served. Okay, so enough of that sideline. To get back to where we were, site title, we could make this say how to start a website 2.0. And as soon as I click out of that, it should change. There it goes. And I'm going to leave the training site for demonstration purposes alone, but that's how you would change that. And maybe you would rather upload an image that has a much nicer font for the text already as a part of the image. Well, you can take this display header text off just by unchecking this box, and then it disappears. Now, I don't have a header ready to go, so I'm just going to leave that on for now. And if you want to change the header text color, you can do that as well. Maybe we want it to be bright red. Maybe not. How about purple? Okay, maybe back to black. But you can, as you can see, you can play with that as well. Or maybe you know the hexadecimal code of the color you're looking for, and you'd be able to put that in right there. Now, like I said, you do have the ability to change your header image. Now, they do have some loaded as default headers, but I will show you where you can go in and upload your own. But you can try these out, and you can select any one of these. All right, so we can also go down and take a look at background image, which I think it's kind of interesting that it says no image, because I have to wonder what this gray is if it's not an image. So let's see what happens if we select a file to change that. Okay, so I'm basically I'm just I have a few Genesis themes downloaded onto my computer, so I'm gonna just grab a background image from one of their other themes, and that actually looks pretty nice. I kind of like that. Now the image I selected was intended to be tiled, because it's actually a very small little patch, and then it fills in across and down, and no matter how far you would scroll, it would look like a solid background. But depending on what you select, maybe you selected a really huge file that you want to be stationary, then you would say no repeat. And you can say how you want to position it, either to the left, to the center, or to the right, and whether or not you want it to be fixed, or if you want it to scroll as you scroll down the page. And also here is another place to go to where you can say whether you want your front page to be your latest post or if you want it to be a static page, and then you would have to go in, just like we did in the WordPress settings. You would have to have pages created already in order for them to show up in this box to choose from. So we can save and we can publish that. And if we close this out, we go back into the dashboard. But if we come over here to the website and refresh, now you can already see that we've started to change the feel and the look of the theme, and all I did was change the header and the background image. Widgets and menus, I think I'm going to save for another video just to try to keep the length of these videos down a little bit. And because this particular free theme comes with so many options, I mean, if you click on graphene options, you're going to see that we have a lot of things that we can customize and change. This is just the general tab. The display tab has all of these settings, and then we can go through every single little piece. Let me go back over to the website. All of this stuff that you see is colorized. We have the ability to change the colors and to make this site look exactly the way we want it to look. And that all gets done in all of these various tabs. All this stuff that's coming up in various grays and blacks. We would be able to change all of those. The widget areas. I mean, just to give you a quick demonstration here. Maybe I want this to be red, and if I save that and then come back over here and refresh, it's hard to see but there's now a solid line right below here that is that red that I just changed. So you can see just how minutely you can customize. In fact, it even showed it in the demo right above here. This is what I had changed. If I change this to, okay, now you can see the color creeping up. So you do have the ability to see the effect that you're creating on the fly as you make these changes. And if I save that and come over here to the site and refresh, now the site is really starting to take on a different look. I don't know that I like these colors, but I did them on the fly. But you can see how quickly you can start to make this site look completely different from the default. But again, there's a lot of settings here, and so I'd like to go through these in separate videos so you're not overwhelmed. I'll go over to the advanced tab. There's a few settings in there as well. So I think that's all the further I'm going to take this video for right now. I showed you where to go in your dashboard to search through themes, how to load them, and then how to change your header text and tagline, how to make a different selection for your header image, and where all the customization is going to take place. And like I said, in the next video, we'll get into more of all of these graphene options. I think they need to be a video by itself, and we'll do another video that's separate just for widgets and menus. Thank you for watching and listening to another session from How to Start a Website 2.0. This episode is just one of many available inside my online course. Register for free today at howtostartawebsite2.com/thevault.